Once we leave the house of the victim, the offender's taken to jail, our main goal is to make sure and go write a report that has all the information in it from top to bottom in order for our city attorney or our prosecutor to take that case, have everything, all the tools available in order to make a prosecution and in order to hopefully stop the violent cycle and stop the offender from doing that. Unfortunately, as stated, I've seen it many times. I've responded to a domestic violence at the same house 6 or 7 times, and I've personally arrested the same offender 4 times. And so it is a problem, it is an issue. And we're looking at the first 2 times are misdemeanor, the next 2 times are felony, and it's a continual process. I've been here for 7 years and I have been here in Mesquite, but over the 7 years, it's a continuous cycle, and it's something we're doing all we can to protect the victim, and these are the things that we're doing. Is there any questions for me?
I do have a question. First of all, I'd like to thank Mesquite Police Department because, well, I'm friends with a lot of you guys, but I also know this is one of the most dangerous situations you step into on a daily basis because of the volatility of the situation. So we appreciate all you do. But if we've got 236 calls coming in, and whether you can prove somebody did something and you're going to get arrested that day, you know something's going on. What do we do for those people? I mean, if you've only got 60 that are making it to court, what about those other 175 people or you know, cases? What do we do to help them maybe not make it that far? Maybe it's just beginning. Is there something that we do?
That's a fantastic question, and in fact, I think it's a question that we have. What can we do as officers, even if an arrest wasn't made, which happens a lot, there's a lot of deception when we respond on scenes, and if there's no evidence and we have no one helping us or assisting us.
Because people are afraid.
Yeah. And so sometimes it's hard for us to make an arrest if we can't determine probable cause occurred. There's really little we can do. The best we can do is separate them, try to pull them aside, and we oftentimes give out these pamphlets, even if an arrest wasn't made, in order to give them some type of information, even if they're not cooperating with us. And we've had victims that, you know, swear at us up and down. They don't want us to be here. We're ruining their lives because they didn't necessarily call the police. Someone else did. Someone else saw them getting drugged out of the car in the parking lot, or different things. So that's a fantastic question, something that we're trying to find out as well. And the best that we've been able to do is provide them with these cards, even if they don't necessarily appreciate it.
Is there some kind of referral process? Because I think that's one of the things that all of us are most interested in, is prevention and helping those victims to find a way out, to find that answer. And if you're getting those calls, and like you said, sometimes repeatedly, you go back to the same place and you get there, whoever the victim is going, oh no, don't take that other person, they're all I've got, blah, blah, blah. I mean, is there a legal reason you can't refer that out or let somebody else know, or?
No, and we have in the past, and I'll let you talk a little bit more about safeness, and I think that's where they come into play, and that's where they're able to really benefit us in the community. Any other?
I have one question. It's kind of a double question here. You both have mentioned witness. Do you have a lot of witnesses to these cases? And the other question is, can the children involved, can they be witnesses?
The children can absolutely be witnesses. We generally, you know, try to, at least I do, my preference is to steer away from that because you have issues with child witnesses. You also have issues with, you know, trauma. Second, victimizing them once again. They already witnessed. Often they're generally their parents, or at least one parent and a step-parent, abusing each other, and then they have to relive that by testifying. But the short answer is yes, we can use them. I generally try not to, but our police do a great job of gauging situations. It's pretty frequent that we do get witness statements from older children, 11 and above.
Okay.
Generally, depending on the child's maturity and things like that, our officers do a great job of gauging that.
And even if we're not getting a signed statement from a child, we're getting the information that they're telling us, and we're adding that into the report.
Right, okay, thank you.
Is there a particular demographic group that you see most often involved? Because I think if there was a particular demographic, whether that's age or culture or a particular part of town or something like that, then perhaps that would help the coalition target specific areas or specific groups to get information to them to help educate them about preventing domestic violence.
Yeah, there is a demographic, and it's usually lower income and usually in a family that drug abuse or alcohol abuse is present. That's something we notice on almost, I would say, 90% of our calls. Someone is intoxicated or someone is actively abusing drugs, and those are the circumstances where it's occurring more often than not.
Question on that then. So if you get there and you can see this person is intoxicated or has drug use, and even if the victim is saying no, 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 can you arrest them for something else once you get there? Because you know you need to diffuse that situation?
We do all we can to diffuse the situation, but there are legal parameters that we stay in, and it's important for us to maintain our integrity as far as if sometimes there's nothing we can do, but if there is an available option in order to diffuse the situation for the night, we have no other options. As long as it's within the parameters of the law, we will take that step, yes.